Hi, so did you know that communication can be thought of as a process of flow? Communication problems occurs when deviation or blocked areas disrupt the flow. So today I will discuss to you about the fundamentals of communication and the seven C's of communication. So what is fundamentals of communication? Fundamentals of communication includes the source, the messages, the channel, the receiver, and the feedback. So what is a source? A source is the one that initiates a message by encoding it on. And what is a channel? A channel is the medium which messages travel, and then the messages. The messages is the actual physical product from the source that conveys the purpose. Second to the last is the receiver. The receiver is the person to whom the message is directed. In the final link is the feedback. The feedback which is encodes the message as someone encodes. If the message is put back into system, we have feedback. Given the cultural diversity that exists in our environment today, the importance of proper feedback is to ensure proper communication process that cannot be overstated. Lastly is the seven C's of communication. So what is the seven C's of communication? Seven C's of communication includes the following: the clarity, the correctness, the conciseness, the courtesy, the consideration, and lastly, also the completeness.
Mabuhay! So let's proceed to the barriers of communication. Barriers to communication as a role into the process of communication. We as a communicator must identify the different barriers to communication so that we can be aware on what should we do to avoid misunderstanding and conflicts. There are 6 different barriers to communication. The first one, it is the physical barriers, or it is the fall in communication. The second one, it is the cultural barriers, it is the diversity of culture. The third one, it is the language barriers, it is the different terms in dialect. The fourth one, it is the perceptual barriers, or the human understanding. The fifth one, it is the emotional barriers, or it is the human emotion. Sixth one, it is the interpersonal barriers or the personal preferences. Those are some barriers to communication that we should cope in order to attain an effective communication. Thank you.
Hi! Did you know that there are 3 models of communication? The linear model, the interactive model, and the transactional model. What is linear communication? Ano nga ba ang linear communication? Linear communication is a one-line communication where the messenger sends the message to the audience while the audience cannot respond to the messenger during the process. For example,
Students, our lesson for today is about
ganun ang linear. But how about interactive model? Interactive model is the exact opposite of the linear model. Here, there is a two-way communication. The sender and the receiver exchange role during the process. Like this. Kailan ang birthday mo? November 21 po. Ay, birthday ko yun! Birthday namin yun! That is interactive model. But how about transactional model? Instead of labeling participants as senders and receivers, they are called communicators. Because we are simultaneously the senders and the receivers. Parang ganito. Good morning, students. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, ma'am.
Rona. Klaro si Ma. Hindi ko din marinig. Ma? Mami ga, ingay mo. Hello?
That are the 3 models of communication.
Let's talk about the functions of communication. So the primary purpose of functions of communication is to exchange ideas and perspective with other people. Now we're going to tackle the meaning and significance of functions of communication. First, we have the informing, persuading, integrating, creating relationships, help in making selections between alternatives, improving connections, reducing misunderstanding, solving problem, evaluating, and lastly, in making decisions. Now, we are going to tackle about what are the functions of communication. First, we have the surveillance, correlation, transmission of cultures, the entertainment, mobilization, devising schedules, gatekeeping, and when we have the guidance and counseling, instructing, and lastly, the motivation. Those are the functions of communication.
In exchanging ideas and information to others, we consider the elements of communication. So, here's are the elements of communication. The speaker, the message, encoding, channel, decoding, receiver, feedback, context, and the barrier.
These elements of communication are used in the function of communications like
surveillance, correlation, gatekeeping, transmission of culture, entertainment, mobilization, devising, counseling and guidance, instructing, and motivating.